I feel like before I forget what I was talking about, I should bring up the fucking drunk goggle story.
Yes.
Just briefly. Okay, so basically back in the high school days, we had these fucking drunk driving like presentations, and they weren't very well thought out. Like a lot of them, you could just sort of like, oh, clearly getting drunk and then driving a car is probably a bad idea. And they're like, but we're going to show you how gory a car accident can be. It's like, I'm pretty sure a car accident is gory even when you're not drunk.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't need to see like this kid was drunk and their car looks like a fucking crumpled up tin can. And it's like, yeah, but like even if you're sober, the car's still fucked. It's like the drunk just makes you more likely to crash. It's not like it makes the crash worse. I mean, I guess it might, but like not really. So we had one of those where they had this like, it was this weird setup where it was like this golf cart thing that they brought into like the auditorium type area. And, they had the fucking gas and brake pedal and steering wheel hooked up to this like driving simulation thing. And then they would just give you like these drunk goggles and then show everyone how you were doing on like this monitor. And the first person that fucking volunteered, they're like, all right, well, let's see if you'd be good at drunk driving or whatever. Who wants to go first? And this kid was like, yeah, I'll do it. The first kid that fucking went up there just passed it. Like I
don't think I even did that one.
They're like, let's see if you can get past the first level. And he basically just like speed ran the first level. It was like, it was fucking crazy. I was like, oh wow, never mind. All right. So do you get like a drunk driving license now? Like you're now allowed to drive to, yeah. Are you allowed to drive to prom drunk now? Like, is that just allowed? Because you passed. They seemed pretty confident that you wouldn't do that, and you did. And then of course, like right after that, everyone fucking failed. But this first guy just like immediately destroyed it.
Well, he beat it. He beat drunk driving.
Exactly. He completed the drunk driving training. They're actually training you to drunk drive.
They're preparing you for it.
Exactly. They're like, we know you're all going to get drunk and drive, so we're just going to show you how to be really fucking good at it.
Yeah.
We're going to teach you some
fucking noob.
We're going to teach you some fucking Fast and the Furious-esque driving techniques here, so that way you can just absolutely tear that shit up when you're drunk. Like, shit was so fucking goofy. Like, I don't know, but I love the idea that they're like, oh yeah, good luck passing this one, and then he just did. I was like, oh, like they kind of just didn't know what to do. Like they're just like, oh,
I'm sure they had some fucking speech planned.
Yeah, they were
before
like,
he nailed it.
Yeah, they were like, oh, all right, so any more volunteers? And like, of course, no one else wanted to do it because it's like, how do you follow that act? Second, it's like, oh, well, then clearly it isn't that hard. And then my favorite thing though was it got to a point where like, that was scheduled for the whole class period. So we had 45 minutes of just doing that. So it was just tons of people just getting their turn. And it was funny because that class that I was there with, because they just took you from like whatever your English class was and sent you down there. Well, I was in honors English that year. So of course that class was filled with a bunch of the like sort of try hard white girls.
Yes.
So it was funny. It was funny because it was fucking funny because they went, oh yeah, there was like a group of like 5 of them or whatever. And they're like, oh yeah, can we try? So the guy's like, yeah, sure, why not? No one else is going. So they all took turns and they all pretty much crashed in like 10 seconds. And I was like, are you sure that's because they were drunk? Or are you sure? Like, because I think that's just like a woman moment. Like, I'm pretty sure they crashed because they're women. Because it's like the dude just fucking immediately destroyed this competition. And then they get up to it and they're like, all right, time to start drunk driving. They just floor the gas and just crank the wheel in a random direction. It's like, oh, okay. It's like, I don't trust them to drive me anywhere sober, actually. I was like trying to not laugh at how bad they were at it. Like, I'm pretty sure I was just talking to my friend that whole time, just being like, haha, woman moment. Whenever they fucking crashed. Like, it's like, oh, that's just a bad look, I think. that's unfortunate that all 5 of them are retarded because like they're really making women drivers look bad.
I'm trying to remember who was in that class now.
Yeah, like your 11th grade English class.
Oh, never mind.
Okay,
I was thinking a different year. That's not the year we were together.
yeah, no, the year we were in the same as 10th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that class was like the only good thing about it was the people in it. Like the people in it were either completely ignorable or they were cool, and that was kind of it.
Yeah.
And it was like it was enough that like it made that class bearable. Because if the people in there sucked, I would have just switched. Honestly, I should have switched anyway, but I was like, fuck it, whatever. I just fucking love that one time. I don't remember. I don't want to say his name or anything, but like there was that one fucking kid in that class that was like just really annoying. It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sick.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
There was that one time he was talking and he was saying something about his 8th grade class, and he was like, "Oh, dude, that thing that happened in 8th grade, man, that was so so funny or whatever." And someone's like, "Well, do you want to like tell us about it?" And he's like, "Nah, you'd have to like have been there." And it's like this whole thing, like if you were there, if you were there, you knew. And I was like, "I was there. I don't remember. Can you tell me?" And he's like, "You know what? Just never mind. Like, forget it." I was like, "Oh, that's what I thought, bitch." Like, shut the fuck up. It's just I don't know why I even called him on it. I just don't like him. Like I think it was just I don't like you, and I want to see you squirm under the pressure of everyone asking you what this is.
What the fuck happened? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I just want to see the anxiety of like, oh, now everyone's like waiting for me to tell my story. Just that added pressure was funny to me because I was like, I don't fucking care. But that class was fun in all of the worst possible ways. I fucking hated that class.